Hello, welcome back to another recording of Harvestella. I can't say episode because I don't know how I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, I guess it is another episode, but yeah. So, real quick, before we run off and start doing stuff here, I'm gonna hit the pause menu because I don't want time to start rolling while I'm just sitting here talking. So we cleared chapter 4 here. Sorry. Yeah, we cleared chapter 4 here. I don't know if it shows on here or not. No, it does not. So, anyway, TLDR, we cleared the last chapter. Fought Geist. We got Arya back. So Arya just joins you just before you get up to where Geist is. Oh, here he is. So Geist actually is the first boss in this game that has two phases. So he has this first phase, which is this guy right here. And then second phase, he's using the power of the sea slides. Oh, so TLDR, Geist wanted to... There's some sort of control thing at the top of the Castle of Illusion that he was trying to, not disable, he was trying to get it to make the sea slides go out of control and ruin the world. For some reason. He does mention that this world has a false sky, so that makes me think we're kind of in some sort of like dimensional pocket or something, or a bubble of some kind. And I guess TLDR, we get Arya back, we get a little bit of insight on her conversation with Geist. Yeah, this world seems like it's some kind of fake. He tells us, after we defeat Geist, he tells us to go track down Lost Gaia and give us some coordinates before he shuts down because he's a robot. Long version, Arya tells Arya that he could potentially bring her to her parents, which I think is kind of odd, which means he knows that this is some sort of false world, so he can get out. Maybe he knows there's a way to get outside of this area or something. And it also has mentioned is of some sort of orbital like station somewhere. So I'm guessing that's something we'll eventually get to later on down the line. Yeah, it was a pretty cool boss fight. I actually, I did not go in there with a lot of food, unfortunately, so I almost lost. But Emo's break skill came in pretty clutch here. Whoops. And her break skill literally just gives you, yeah, it fully heals you. And gives you increased defenses. Whoops. I still hate how break skills, they don't make you immune while the cutscene's happening. I wonder if there's a setting that could change that. Hang on. Like a setting to skip the break skill cutscenes? I don't think there is. But yeah, I went in there, I had like no food, so... Yeah. Barely clinched out a win. I'm like a level 45 now or something. But yeah, you missed that whole last hour and a half. Now we're in chapter 5. And I guess we gotta go visit Arya real quick. Hooray! Oh wow, everybody's here. I guess that explains why Arya's ship thing here fell from the sky then. Like, she's from, like, space or something. That makes me wonder about the calamity that was befalling her world, though. Like, if it was a madman calamity or not. So I guess the Omens have certain restrictions on what information they have access to. Well, I'm guessing that's what happened, is Geist more or less found out the secret behind this world. Oh, that's also something I forgot to mention. Geist mentioned that if we go to Lost Gaia, we'll be able to find the reason why the Quietus have been happening. Oh, well, we finally get to go into this crystal thing. So that makes me wonder, so how did Arya get into that little ship thing, and how was she not able to get back into it later? Does she even remember being in this? Oh, hi. We're in the cockpit. Yeah, why does she want me to press the switch? Oh, that's another interesting thing. So, like, what is our role in all this? Because, like, for the most part, like, even Geist said something like, oh yeah, you're just a quiet shut-in who tends to their farm all day, which is not false. Why would you have any interest in saving this world or going against the status quo or whatever? And we have this special weapon that seems like it can just, you know, give us different class or get different job skills and whatever. So it's kind of weird. Unless we're also from like the outside. Territory shift engaged. Hey, what the hell? Okay. We're just gonna vanish into the ether. Abandoned paradise. Yeah, so anyway, we're passed out here. White-colored looking omen walks in. After a conversation, they leave, and then the mysterious angel lady appears. Oh, it's the angel lady. So I wonder if that's Princess Liddell, or what the unicorn thinks is Princess Liddell. Because he also mentions a girl. Welcome back. So that means we came from here. So it turns out this place is called Abandoned Eden, and in the shop here, apparently there's a shop, I find the level 2 bomb and repair kit recipes, as well as the battery charge recipes, so I picked those up. Then I head out to find the rest of my party members. They split into 2 groups. They're repairing some things around here, I guess trying to help us get out. Also, there's a bit of a funny cutscene here near the end with Emo's party here, so I'll show you that now. Wait, she literally just said Memeep. Invisible stingy jellyfish. It's electricity. They're being shocked. Oh no. I mean, she's gonna solve this with violence. I had a feeling. Oh my god, no. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. I'm like, is she gonna solve this with violence? She totally is. She seems the type. Violence solves everything. Remember, kids. Violence isn't the answer. The answer is yes. What the hell? The Great Partition. So I'm guessing this leads to some other area here. Because guys seem to know something about you. Calling Arya Harbinger. Anyway, it turns out this partition here leads to the outside world, which is lost to Gaia, and it is kind of what you think it is. It is basically planet Earth plunged into ruin and devastation. Yeah, you'll see a lot of man-made structures and highways out here, so let's get to it. And bam, just like that, Chapter 5 ends. And thus, the beginning of Chapter 6. So basically, this is one giant-ass highway that apparently sprawled across the entire planet at one point. Jabberwocky actually tells us a bit of the history here. I find a bunch of batteries, which we're going to need to use the battery charger with to make some level 2 repair kits and level 2 bombs later on. And there's also a little bit of a funny part here where the guy mentions fiber optic cables. But yeah, we get through the junction with no problem, and yeah, we'll head to the next area. What? Wait, look at this. This is cool looking. The ruined city and everything. So this is like a whole nother world. Oh boy, we are getting some Nier Automata vibes from this. At least as far as the roller coaster and the castle in the middle goes. Could also be Phantasmagoria. It's supposed to be like a Disney World reference or Disneyland reference or something, maybe. Yeah, this is a pretty cool area. So let's get to exploring here. Phantasmagoria. Didn't Arya mention she went to an amusement park with her parents or something? Yeah, but damn, I'm surprised I remembered that. So then this little guide robot thing appears, scans the party, and a short while later... Is that a young Arya? Oh my god, she's adorable. Of course, Astita being the motherly figure here. Arya seems to recognize her younger self, but decides to stay silent, and I decide to return home because there's really no time left to explore today. So with that battery I got, I make a level 2 repair kit, open this door, and get the fighter bondstone, which allows us to hit the final skill tree of the fighter job class, so now we can max that out. Arya, why are you watching me sleep? So long story short, Arya wakes us up in the middle of the night telling us that she's going to be leaving the house here, and she is now going to take up residence in the crystal thing. So, it's kind of a shame to see her go. It would be a little lonely without her, but yeah, let's get to the next day here. Ooh, I got 1 level. Woo. Oh, Mr. Barracuda sold for $195. After tending to my farm, I head over to Nemea, buy some more seeds, and then I find that there is a new quest here. This one is dealing with the orphanage again, and we're looking for somebody that was sending gifts to the orphanage a while back, and then they mysteriously stopped sending gifts. And then I tackle Astina's next companion quest part. It was a pretty short one. After asking around town a bit, I find out that the mysterious benefactor for the orphanage was in fact an omen, which we think is a little weird. But this man here says that they came from the Castle of Illusion, so... Or some Castle of Illusion is what he says, but yeah, now we have to go to Castle of Illusion for this quest. But before I track down that omen, we head over to Heaven's Egg and do the next part of Asla's companion quest. And this person that we thought was Tila is actually named Otella, who's, I guess she's kind of like a backup clone of Tila. And apparently she has all of Tila's memories and all that, but yeah, interesting quest. I then do Dianthus's companion quest before heading down to Shatola and doing the next part of Hein's companion quest. I believe your rock texture's a little off, people, but anyway. And then we find Emo down at the Coral Shrine, kind of depressed after the end of the last companion quest that we did. Yeah. I think you'll find that people are probably more accepting of you than you realize. I mean, you've been with them for a while now, so... Okay, well, I guess we'll do Braca. I'm just kind of going around doing everything right now. Side quest city. This the Konolu again? Yeah. Konini. Mr. Coco has been doing a great job. Nice. Okay, I'll give you the short version of this one. So Mr. Coco here, his family comes back into town to pick him up, and Mina runs off with Mr. Coco, so we have to track him down. Sheev decides to let him go with his family, and then they head to the Silent Cave. Mina decides to chase him down one last time to talk to Mr. Coco. She eventually, you know, accepts that he's going back to his family, and that more or less resolves the quest. There's a little bit of an epilogue afterwards, though, that shows us that the Konolu who were actually conning us, they can actually speak in human tongue. So the whole Konini and Konolu thing is actually just a farce. And Mr. Coco's real objective was to learn hospitality secrets from us. Whew. And oh my lord, there's another side quest here from Clary again. Yeah. Obviously she's gonna get herself into some kind of trouble this time, so we will have to step in and help her out again. I then head to the Sea Slate Cave to help Shrika deal with this Nyardine, or Nyardine, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. We deal with that, and man, it has been a busy day today, I guess, for me. Well, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I pretty much spend the next, like, couple days just doing side quests slash companion quests. So, nothing really plot related, I guess. There is one particular part of Hein's quest that I want to show, so I'm going to jump to that now. The future of the past, huh? Well, that tells me that this was not... Yeah, this isn't a seafloor. Yeah, this wasn't the bottom of the ocean at one point. That's funny as hell that they use the American flag, though. Considering this is, I think this was made by an Australian developer or something. Yeah, so this does actually have some huge potential, like, story implications for the plot of the story. My theory at this point was that this is like the moon or something. So, essentially, sometime we terraformed the moon, and then whatever calamity befell Earth, the people came here. Yeah, anyway. Was there oil in the ocean? Yes. Here come the Americans. Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot. I finally complete this stupid lighthouse quest. Thank God. Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff I could be doing right now, apparently. I think next time I'll go back to the, what the hell is it called? Phantasmagoria? Yeah, Phantasmagoria. So I'll go back to Phantasmagoria, I think, next time, and could go further into the main story, but yeah. But yeah, leave a like and comment, it helps with the algorithm. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see everybody on the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.